Oh, okay, very good.
and so on.
That's why you said me not be here 10 o'clock.
24th
I
of January,
understand.
Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Okay, we started the Mr. With the Tabshil Mechitim, you have a cooked, prepared food which is made from wheat, chitim. Im nogoim dino kiperis. If they're dry, then it'll have a din of payers, right? So, in contrast, if it's wet, we'll see the Mr. Brewer. Let's take a look at the two Mr. Brewers. We did some of this yesterday. Chaf Hay and Chaf Vav. Yeah, but Mary, you'd like to take over a bit?
Okay. So we're going to start with Kaf Hay today.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Says V'heim Niguvim. They are dry. Okay, let's see. Rotzelomar Shenitgavu Merotav Shalehem. So they're dry from I guess gravy that's on them. The Eluhaim Tovchim Mecharotev. What's that? Even if they I don't know what Tovchim is.
Moist.
Oh, moist. Oh, moist from gravy. Oh. Haim Biglal Davar Shetibulo Bimashkeh. So in general, they a thing that's I guess dipped in liquid. It's arich netilat yadayim, and you need to recite netilat yadayim.
Right.
Okay, so that was Kaf Hay. Kaf Vav. Dino Kaperot. So this was at the very end talking about, I think, gravy from cooked meats. No, it was Tavshil Mechitim, cooked wheat. Okay.
Right. Something like let's say I have macaroni, spaghetti, pasta, and let's say it's wet. Very common, right?
Sure.
Very common that you have moist pasta. So theoretically, if it would be, as we'll see soon, we'll see in this next Mr. Brewer, it's going to depend primarily how you normally eat it. If you normally eat it with your fingers, which probably most people do not eat spaghetti or pasta with their fingers, then you would have to wash your hands. But since we normally eat pasta with a utensil, that would preclude the necessity of having to wash your hands, as we'll see soon now in the Mr. Brewer.
Oh, okay. Let's see. V'acharonim hiskimu demine tavshil. So the Achronim agree of the types of things that are cooked.
The Achronim Hiskimu, the Achronim are in agreement. The mini tavshil, the types of prepared foods.
Oh, prepared foods.
Shein derech, right? Kavan since shein derech lagia biyad, since it's not the normal way that you touch them with your straight with your hand.
Right. Okay. Ella le'echol b'kaf. Okay, so but they're eaten with a spoon, I guess, a coffee utensil.
Yes.
Okay.
Fork or a spoon. Yeah.
Okay.
You should know we have to be very grateful, the fact that we have eating utensils, forks, spoons, knives, and all that don't think that it was a common thing in the past. I remember reading a long time ago about um, how life was in the Middle Ages. Said even kings would sometimes be lacking basic utensils like forks and knives and spoons, and it was the derech they didn't have cups. They didn't have cups, and they would if they wanted to drink like soup or even liquids, they would cup cup their hands and get a little of liquid in their palm, and they would slurp it in, and that's how they would eat.
Wow. Huh.
I think it was in 12th century the forks came in. Yeah.
Mhm.
And before that, we eat with their hands. That's why they had finger bowls.
Mhm.
Just that you eat and then you sort of dip your fingers in a bowl
Mhm.
and then wipe your hands.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be filthy
Yeah,
unless you wanted to be.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to be very thankful for the fact that we have quite an arrangement of utensils available to us. The Gemara says, the Gemara, that I forget exactly where the Gemara was, one of the Amoraim or the Tanoim had broken
Hello?
his knife. So his friend sent him. He says, "Why don't you just
Okay.
go buy another one?" He said, "What do you think? I'm a rich man." Said,
Okay.
you think that
See you
to be able to buy a
come
knife,
downstairs.
you have to be a rich man to buy a knife. But
So I'm
that was
I'm on
high
the third
tech in
floor.
those days.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the Orientals must have eaten but from bowls, I think. That's how they ate.
Yeah, yeah, they'd slurp down, just right out of the bowl.
Mhm. Right. Okay, so let's see. So if we eat with a utensil, ain't sarich netilat yadayim. We don't have to say netilat yadayim. Okay. Filu im nogea bo b'derech mikre b'toch hakaf. Gam kain ain't sarich netilah. So what, even if it's not appropriate, no gaya.
Right. So the rule is, right, if the derech is, if the normal cut, the normal way you do is that you do touch it with your hands, right?
Mhm.
Even though you might be eating it with a fork or a knife or a spoon right now, nevertheless, you'll have to wash for um eating this now because it's normally the general rule is you go after the derech. What is the normal way of this food being eaten? Is it eaten normally with your hands? Or is it normally eaten with um your with the utensil?
Yeah, I was just thinking while you were saying that, like about crackers or cookies or things like that. So,
Right. So those things, you're right. Like let's say you want to dip your chocolate chip cookies into your glass of milk or something like that, right?
right.
So that's something which is going to obligate you ostensibly in the washing of your hands beforehand.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Okay. Okay, let's see. So, v'chein nohagim aval ma shederek lagabo biyadav.
Go ahead. Well, however,
So this is ma
the normal way
shederek.
is that you do touch with your hands, even though alpha pishocho bekli, even though you're eating it right now with a kli, lomani doesn't help, and you're going to have to wash your hands nevertheless. That's right.
Oh, Okay, low mahane. Okay. So let's say perot hamavushalim b'mayim yesh deot ben ha'achronim im srichim netilat yadayim. Oh, that's interesting. So he's saying even canned fruit, for example, that comes in liquid, one would have to do netilat yadayim.
Cooked, right? You have fruits which are cooked in liquids. Yesh deis, there are opinions, bein achronim, im tzrikas netilas yadayim. There are opinions in the achronim whether or not you need to have netilas yadayim for those types of fruits.
Wow. Okay, v'alkein nachon lahachmir le'achluan al yidei kaf im yesh mashke tofeach aleihem.
Therefore, okay, therefore it's proper, right? The hachmir to be strict, the ochel ayadei kaf, to eat it through using a spoon. Im yesh mashke tofeach aleihem. If there's liquid which is moist upon them.
Oh, okay. Well, that certainly is for fruit, like canned fruit and everything.
Right.
Although okay, so let me give you one example.
Right.
So and maybe I should do this. I never thought about it, but like Erev Shabbos on Fridays, I make fruit salad.
Right.
And sometimes I use fresh fruit. Sometimes I use, I mean, types of fresh fruit, for example, grapes, and but sometimes I use frozen fruits like strawberries, or and then, as I said before, I use canned fruits like peaches and orange segments, and what else? And there's like a mixed with like papaya. What's it called? Another
Mango.
other
Mango.
mango. Yeah, different types of fruits that are mixed in a can. So it sounds like to me, I mean, when I rinse the grapes off, I'm sort of washing my hands, but it sounds like to me, if I prepare a fruit salad or I'm cutting up even canned fruits, that I should wash my hands beforehand, according to this opinion. To make fruit salad.
This is a question we haven't gotten to it yet, but let's say you're not eating, you're just preparing the fruits, right?
Okay.
So it could be, I really have to verify this, but my impression for what I seem to recall is if you're simply preparing the food, you don't have to wash your hands. If you're gonna, if sometimes during the course of the preparation you like to, snatch a little blueberry or another piece of orange there while you're eating, and it's while you're preparing your eating, so then that would require that you wash your hands. But if you're just preparing, right, then there's as far as I remember, I recall, there's no requirement if you're simply preparing the food that you have to wash your hands.
Oh, okay. Okay, then it says, let's see, uve kavushim. What's kavushim?
Hiroshima pickles.
Oh, so I guess that's kigon ugerkress. I guess that's, I don't know if that's Yiddish. I don't know what that is. Ugerkress, kes. Okay, kahai gavna. Bivadai nachon lahachmir. Yadayim. Okay, so it's better to be stringent and wash one's hands. Do you need to imlo shenit nagvu mimayim shalehem. Oh, that if they're not dry from water that's on them. Okay. Very good. Let's see, Mishna Berura, next page. Okay, so it says, let's see, oh, that's Katab B'derech Hayim. Okay, so that opinion is by the Derech Hayim, I guess.
Right.
Then it says Ha'ochel Lekach. I don't know if that's Yiddish or an abbreviation for something. Lekach. Or a type of food.
Yeah. I think that's the way that's the name
Oh,
of it.
yeah, I have a one. It's uga. That must be cake. It's
Mm.
lekach. Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Too.
That's it.
Okay.
Right. This is continuation. Letak is cake, right? Right.
Okay, and then it goes on. Let's see. L'matek ashtia v'tovel halekach b'yein saraf.
Yeah, behind sore. So he's right. If he's eating cake to lemonate ashtia, meaning he's drinking something and he's eating some cake in order that what he's drinking should go down easier with him, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And let's say he's dipping his cake into whiskey or something like that.
Ah, never would have thought of that, but okay. Lo have davar shetibulo b'mashke.
That's not considered something. The yayin sof, the whiskey, is not simply something which is considered to be being toiveled in the mashke.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Mishum Dizeyahu me hatvuah v'harei me perot.
Right. The whiskey is considered to be zeya. It's made payros. It's not considered to be. It's not water. It's not water, and therefore you don't. It's not considered that you're dipping in one of the seven beverages.
Oh, okay. The afim hayin saraf mazug hu b'mayim.
That'll be even if the yayin soraf, the whiskey was mixed in with water.
It's water. Oh. Mikol makom mu'atu ve'ein tzarich netila.
Since the water there is only a little bit, that's not going to give the liquor a status of being of water. It's not going to adding some water to the liquor is not going to give the liquor a status of water.
Okay, Ad kan lishono. So that ends that. Okay, so let's see. Mashma mizeh de'im hamayim hu rav. No, hu rov. Have bikla mashkeh.
So it's mashma from this. You can imply from this that if the water was in fact the majority of the drink that's there, then it would be considered to be mashke. It would be considered to be water, and you would have to wash your hands.
Okay, very good. V'imafilu alekach hu pachot mikazayit Gam kain ein lahakel. So it's lakach.
So again, the cake, even if the cake that you're eating is less than a kazayas, you shouldn't be lenient.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. Ukamo shekatavnu le'el b'mishnah Berura seif katan kaf. Okay. I guess we saw this above. Okay. Very good. Okay, so should we start Vav then?
We have a few minutes. We could, yeah, well, sure. We might be able to, oh, Zion. Yeah, let's start. Well, we might even be able to finish it.
Well, there's a lot. Although it's a short halacha, it's a longish Mr. Berura. Okay. Ashoteh ein tzarik litol afilu yado echat. That's interesting. Okay.
Person's drinking, he doesn't have to wash his hands, even one hand. We'll see about washing the one hand. One hand, they says iron kaimun in seven kuf iron. There was such a custom that when you would wash one hand. That we'll discuss that later on. Let's see the Mishna Berura. Again, a person's simply drinking liquids. There's no necessity of washing your hands.
Okay,
Cup,
so it's
Zion, and the Mishna Berura.
okay. Hashoteh v'chulei. The lo avid the naga biado v'mashkin shebitoch hakli. So there's no fear of touching it within the vessel.
Yeah, usually people are not going to be sticking their fingers into the things they're drinking in cups, right?
Right. Okay. Lachein lo tiknu netila lazeh. Okay, so you don't have to do a netila yadayim for that. Okay. Lachein afim era shenatal hamashkin biyado.
So even if it would occur that you do get some of the drink that you're drinking onto your hands, kagon.
Kagon shesha'av biyadav min hanahar b'shata. Oh, in a river. Huh.
Yeah, let's see, you're doling the drinking water from a river, so your hands are getting wet. Even though you're getting your hands wet with what you're drinking, nevertheless, you don't have to wash your hands for that.
Right. Netila. Okay. The lo tignu netila l'shtiya. Magen Avraham. Okay.
Right? They didn't make any decree about washing hands when you're drinking. It's only when you're eating something, only when you're eating pears or vegetables, fruits, vegetables, or even meats that are moist with only the 7 beverages, then you have to wash your hands, but not if you're drinking it.
So
okay.
I know it's 10:30. Maybe tomorrow we can bring this up. If you're drinking water from a river, wouldn't just putting your hand in the river initially sort of be like washing it, and then you're drinking the water?
Yeah, that, I mean, we'll see about when we get to more in the details of actually the washing of your hands. Because there's one way of purifying your hands is if you don't have a cleaver, you can put your hands into the river. Right. We'll get to that exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's one way of purifying your hands for sure.
Very good.
We'll see those halakhas in detail. As Hashem will get to them.
Excellent. Okay, very good. Thank you for helping me out here.
Thank you. Very good reading, Mayor and Lou. Thank you. We'll hope to see you tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem.
Okay, Merit Hashem. Right.
Amen.
Okay,
Thank you,
Very
Rabbi.
good.
very good.
Shkoyach, Meir.
Thank you.
Baruch
Be
Yeh.
well. Have a good
Yeah.
day.